Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Good morning. It's time for Coffee Ann here on ON, AM, and FM. Thanks for joining us this morning. My name is Joe Callahan. It's Friday. It's April 14th. It's the day before our second annual Senior Resource Fair. We hope everyone comes out on Sunday or Saturday when we actually have
25
it.
hours from now, Joe.
If you're listening live, yes, it's 25 hours from now at the Elks Hall, 380 Social Street in Woonsocket, 9 to noon. Dave Richards is here. Good morning to you, Dave.
I am? Hey, what do you know?
And
Good morning, Joe.
Melissa Murray's here. I'm going to get your name right every single
Good
time.
morning. Thank you, Joe.
And we expected Rich Elaine. Although we do expect him to come in at 8:30.
He'll be in later.
We expected Dennis Frayne from the town of Bellingham to be joining us, but Dennis has not arrived yet.
Well,
And
you know what
so
happens if one road gets clogged up in Bellingham, nothing happens.
Nothing moves, huh?
That road is South Main Street, Route 126.
That's right.
South of the high school.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing goes on in Bellingham if that one road. Well, you know, it's a long town, north
Right,
to
right.
south, and so those north to south roads are very, very important.
All right, so
Because the east to west roads don't get you to Woonsocket.
we'll hold off on
That's-
the. We'll hold
Can't
off
get
on
there
the,
from here.
Hold off on the Bellingham questions for right now.
All right.
We did have a note that came in kind of early.
I'll put a rock on them so they don't blow away, Joe.
Thank you. If you want to call in comments or questions, 766-1240. And just talking about the new, talking about the new Major League Baseball rules. And I gotta put that on. Where's me? There I am. Okay, the new Major League Baseball rules are in effect. Now, of course, the games are shorter, and people are doing all sorts of analysis, just going by the number of games played last year up to this time, as opposed to this year. The average time for a game up to this time last year was 3:07. It's now down to 2:37 for this year. So yes, the games are shorter.
Wow.
It is because of the pitch clock. It's also because they're also on the clock. They have to be ready in the batter's box. But here's the good one: the selling of beer by Major League Baseball rules always stopped
It's seventh inning, right?
in the seventh inning.
Yeah.
They had to amend that because the games are too short now, and they pushed it out to the eighth inning. We're not selling enough beer because the games are too short. Now the games are too
Well, we
short.
could have told them that, Joe.
It's one of those unintended consequences that
We
came
could
up.
have told them that.
So
These are not
they get to
dumb
move them
people.
out.
They couldn't figure that out ahead of time?
Well, they figured maybe people would just, if the games are going to be shorter, we'll have to buy more sooner. And that's not what they're doing. And so instead of buying two...
Smart people. You shouldn't
Right,
be...
you just-
I mean, if I went
yeah.
out and got 2 mugs of beer, then guess what? I'm drinking 2 beers today. Yeah, but if I got a mug of beer, and then afterwards I felt, I think I'd like to have a second, then fine. Now I've bought 2. But if I didn't feel that way, I don't buy the second one.
But that's you. And I think some people are going out like every second inning and getting another one and getting another one. And now they're not doing that because... the game's going to be over in about a half an hour now, so let's forget it. So they extended out the beer sales.
If you're going to be driving home, I would forget it.
Right. So I presume the selling of beer ended on the seventh inning so that there were time for folks to sober up.
That's correct.
Before they drive home.
That
So
was the idea.
how, if the games are shorter, but they extended the time of their selling beer, so there's now less time for people to sober up?
We're not worrying about people sobering up.
I can't
Oh,
endorse this,
right.
Joe.
We're just worried about the sales.
I'm no temperance guy, although I do observe it for myself. But I'm saying that
Right.
this does not meet society's goals.
Really? Well, okay.
And
I'm not
and
a
I hate to
teetotaler either, but like this is.
I hate to tell you what Mad's going to think about it.
Well, they're not going to be happy about it.
No.
So, but,
Right,
It's
right.
just an observation that the caller made here that hey, this is what's going on, and so Major
I
League
didn't know
Baseball's
that
moved
they
out.
extended the time.
They extended the time by 1 inning
Because you still
Yeah.
got less time to, shall we say, metabolize
Yes,
the
right.
beer. You have less time to metabolize the beer if the games are shorter, and they stopped selling it in the 7th inning as they always did. So you shortened it up there by virtue of the games ending earlier. Now, to extend that further is going to shorten it even more. And, I heard the figures one time, and I really wish I could recall them now, but I'm sorry I don't. It takes a certain amount of time to metabolize a certain number of ounces of beer. And when we say metabolize, we mean to digest it
Right.
and have it go through your system and like that and not be affecting you.
It also depends on your size, right? And it's
Oh, yeah.
a certain amount of ounces per hour.
That's
So
right.
if you have,
That's right.
you know, an hour,
And,
now if you
and
have a
are
half
you
hour.
and are you eating?
Yeah,
along
right. A lot
with
of
it?
factors, but
Well,
No,
they're just saying,
I could probably
let's
go
move
along
that
with the
out.
program that said after the 7th inning, you can't buy a beer without buying a hot dog or pretzels or something to eat along with it.
Right, if you wanted to
I
make
could
the
be
money.
persuaded.
but the problem with that is where the beer sales are and where the food sales are separate.
oh,
right.
Yes.
Right.
So you can't.
now you're
you
you're
can't
missing more
prove-
game.
Well, yes.
Now you're
Yeah.
missing more
Well,
game standing in line.
most stadiums have put up monitors where you can actually watch the game while you're standing in line to see it. But yeah, the beer lines or the beer concessions or the kiosks, they don't sell food there, and the food people don't sell
That would slow the sales
because
down.
of
The
well,
age
it's
of
really
the
because of the
employees.
age of the employees.
Yes,
the,
I get
the,
it.
the kids work the food,
Yeah.
the adults work the beer,
Yeah.
and they don't mix. So there you go.
Yeah, I get that.
So all right, just moving on. The other
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not in favor of it.
no,
I think
okay.
that Major League Baseball has booted themselves in the foot again.
Well, they want to make the owners of the stadiums
booted
happy, and okay, we'll send it out one morning. You'll get a few extra beer sales that way.
You want to make the owners happy?
How are you gonna do this, Dave?
Pass a rule.
Yeah,
Next year, all salaries will be cut by $2 million.
of baseball, of the players.
All players, cut by $2 million.
right,
The year
yeah.
afterwards, $3 million.
Dave.
The year afterwards, $4 million.
Dave.
And if it's a rule, then
Dave.
everybody gets treated the same, and everybody
Dave.
has to do that. And then baseball players will go play
That's a
football.
nice dream.
It is nice, but the players have their union.
So
Yeah.
what?
The union will never go for it.
So what?
And they are one of the strongest
So
sports
don't
unions.
play.
This is. See, you don't say that to Melissa when she's down there at the State House saying, "Well, the unions have dictated this." Well, you can't. Just,
I was about to
you
say,
just can't
I'm not
say
in
so
a
what.
union.
No, I know you're not. But you say, "Oh, we want to do this."
Yeah,
well,
we
the
wouldn't-
union
we
says
wouldn't
no.
make-
But we're talking
Yeah.
about lives on the highway here.
Yeah.
But now
I
you-
mean,
but
this
you're
is
cutting the
different.
player-
This is not
no,
greed.
now I'm talking about the cutting of the players' salaries.
Right.
Major League Baseball Players Association will
You
say
don't
no.
need to sell more beer if you've cut the salaries of the millionaire
that'll-
players.
Right. That'll make the owners happy, but the union will they'll laugh in your face, Dave.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
No
It
can
won't
do.
happen.
We're talking.
It's-
We're
it's
talking
not-
about saving people's
It's
lives.
not the union doesn't care.
How am I doing?
Oh
Can I
my
be an
God.
honorary liberal today, there, Melissa?
Jeez, that's just... Anyway, all right, moving on now. Of course, the big story that came out yesterday, when someone in Dayton, Massachusetts, is arrested on federal charges, that makes news.
That's yes.
It's
It's
like-
actually
is a-
national news.
It is national news. It's all over.
When the feds come in,
Yeah.
This is a
this
big
is big
deal.
Did you see how they
'cause-
arrested him?
well, first
Did you
of all,
see the clips?
No, I didn't see the clip, but I'm just saying Dayton is like Blackstone, tiny, small,
Yeah.
quiet.
Well, that's where the kid grew up, and he went to high school there, and he lives there.
Nothing really happens in Dayton. It is
Right.
a very sleepy community. So to be arrested there is just, wow.
But that's where the guy
it's-
lives.
it's- Well, right. It's just shocking. And he's a kid.
Yeah,
Basically.
well-
He's 21.
Okay, I
How
thought he was
is-
22, but still a kid.
But how is he getting all this
Right, that's the big
alleged
question. They're like,
classified information?
how
It's simple. He
did he obtain
qualified.
it?
He joined right after high school. He joined the Mass Air National Guard.
Right.
And so you get an assignment,
Mm-hmm.
and you test and you qualify for different jobs. He tested and qualified for jobs with computers that have access to sensitive information.
But shouldn't they do a little more vetting on him?
Absolutely.
Well,
Isn't this up to the Army?
Joe, the national news media has now fully vetted the young man, and he is the
I know.
typical. And the more and more people repeat this every time they ask someone.
quiet
The
boy.
typical quiet boy
Yes.
who
His-
kept to himself.
His third grade
So
English
how do
teacher
you
thought he was a
vet?
wonderful boy.
Yeah,
So
right.
how do you vet
right,
that?
Right.
Well,
I saw-
I don't know
Well,
how. he
these
did that.
were
I saw a clip of this,
Yeah.
which looked like it was coming from a drone and was issued by the government.
It probably was.
yeah.
This young man,
He's in big trouble.
he was in the road, exited his vehicle because they have military vehicles with guns
Well, yeah.
and guys in full turnout.
Yeah.
stopping his progress to say, exit your car. Okay, put your hands on top of your head, turn your back to us, and walk backwards to us.
Yep.
And slowly he turned around, he walked backwards to them, and then they handcuffed him and
Tossed
like
him in the
that.
van. Okay.
Well, they didn't toss him in the van. It was, they were on
Place him.
camera.
Yeah.
They were asking him, now, is that too tight? I mean, you
Right.
can see they were having
All
a
eyes-
conversation with
right.
the young man.
All eyes were on them.
That's
Sure.
right. The doors were opened, and the armored van, ingested the young.
So he says he was arrested for having leaking military intelligence documents on the internet.
Yep.
Sensitive information about Ukraine and some other U.S. allies. He was with the 102nd Intelligence Wing on Joint Base Cape Cod and arrested at his home.
But he was in the National Guard, right? I mean, so there's this information that goes out via email to certain people, and the response was, well, we need to reassess that list of all of who this information goes out to.
Okay.
We
That
need
was-
to knee-jerk reaction.
do we have
so-
to close the barn door? The horses have
That's
escaped?
right. We
Right,
need-
right,
we need to
right.
knee-jerk here. Let's get those knees ready.
You
here.
would
Flex
hope
them
there
up.
was a review, like, oh, when every once in a while, let's review this list that we're sending out classified information to, and maybe not send it to a 22-year-old National Guardsman
Yeah.
or 21-year-old National Guardsman in
Dave and I were joking.
Dayton. I mean,
Dave and I were joking because the media is out looking for any of his classmates from whatever, from when he graduated from. Did he graduate from Dayton Rehoboth
Yes, he
High
did.
School?
Yes,
Okay.
he did.
We're looking for someone to say, oh, yeah, Jack talked about leaking intelligence information all through high school. We're looking for that person to come out and say that. But
Right,
they haven't
right.
They haven't found that yet.
they're going to
Just-
try to hunt down anybody who
Yes.
has ever had
Had
any
any kind
interaction
of-
with him
yes.
to get
Where did he work?
some kind of little quip or quote.
Did he work at a McDonald's? Let's talk to the manager there.
Right. He bagged groceries at the Stop and
Yes.
Shop, like, oh, well,
And
you
did a
know, he
fine
always
job.
right. He did a great job.
Never passed out any
Never put the cans
Stuff.
of beefaroni in with the bread.
with the bread. That's right. Always put the bread on top. Yeah. But anyway,
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
we're making
Oh,
light of it,
boy.
but it is a pretty serious
Yeah,
situation.
it is. It is.
Well, it is for
It's
him
wild.
because that's
Yes.
spying,
Wild.
and
Oh yeah, this is bad.
the United States government doesn't suffer spies.
Right. And then when they were asked, can you comment on these documents? They said, well, even though they've already been out to the public and on the internet, they're still classified, so we can't talk about them. It was just like we can't say anything. We can't say anything. So there
Well-
wasn't a lot of we're not going to get a lot of information from the feds.
Okay. Well, if Jack was planning on running in the Boston Marathon on Monday, no, he's gonna be in a Boston federal court today, making an appearance where they will probably hold him over. I don't think
Yeah.
they're gonna let him out.
I don't think so.
for these charges here.
Yeah.
No,
And it was on a gaming site, from what I understand, that they were leaked, and then
really?
yeah.
So is he? I know these gaming sites you can play with people all over the world. So is that
Yes.
who he's playing with? People in the Ukraine or wherever?
All
Say,
we're getting is little
"Hey,
bits.
Guess what I can
little
send
bits.
you?
We may never know, right? The full extent.
For a little. Are we? Has anyone kicked around the idea? Is there money involved? Has he gotten any kind of
we don't know.
payment from?
We're not getting any answers from
It's
the
ju- it's too
feds,
early.
right? It's too early, and also they're just not going to say a lot, I think, about
Well, not right
this at all.
now. So
This is the gossip time. This
I
is
know.
the
and
time
that's
that
what I'm-
everybody
you know,
makes up the facts.
Let's make up the facts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will the media be allowed into? Are they allowed into federal courts when things like this are?
It depends on the
Yeah, it depends-
judge,
yeah.
Joe.
Okay.
It does depend on the judge.
All right, so we'll see what see if they let them in. All right, so that's what happened then. Other news from Rhode Island. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Gina Raimondo making national news again. She's on made Time Magazine's most influential list. Did you hear about this?
I did not. Wow.
Of the 100 most influential people of 2023 list, although it's kind of early to have isn't that
Right.
kind of early to have that list? Because, she's Rhode Island's first governor, 2015 to 2021. She is the U.S. Secretary of Commerce. And she's been credited since going to Washington for her efforts to revive American manufacturing and rebuild the country's technological infrastructure. So that's why Time
Top
gave her this
100.
honor.
Okay. But are they in? Did they just say like these are the 100, or did they
No, all we got is
rate
Gina's
them
in it.
from like 1 to?
Doesn't say where she falls in the 1 to 100.
Okay.
It's not just and it's everyone. It's not just here are the most 100 influential women
Right.
like that. It's
People,
It's
right.
people. So, but hey, she made it.
Good for her.
You know, nice that she made it. So, there you go. And the DOT is announcing we're kicking off construction season. Yay!
Because
And
we weren't.
What have we been doing
you know,
recently?
I don't know.
Where
Look
were
like
we
construction
before?
to us. I don't know.
I haven't
Governor
seen
says
any.
it
I haven't
wasn't
seen any
construction.
construction until today.
Well,
Right.
I've told Dave this before because I'm coming back from Worcester at night, so it's after 10 o'clock, 10:30, and the things that are going on Sales Hill Road and Iron Mine Hill Road, right in front of Acura Subaru, every night is incredible. Both roads blocked off. If you want to take a right or a left, you can't.
Yeah,
and it's
because
all
they're
the
gonna
way down
build
and
that-
around and back up 99, and what a
Right,
mess.
right. Because soon
Well-
is a relative term, but there's going to be that overpass, so
But I
you
don't think-
won't have to stop. There won't be a light there anymore.
That's a good
which
thing.
is going to be great.
But I don't think they're working on that project yet because in the morning when I'm coming up, the big signs are up that says "Careful, steel plates are in the road." So they're digging into the road, and then now covering it over.
Okay.
So I don't.
Utility. And
I thought it was one-
You
infrastructure
want them to
work.
leave the hole there?
Well, no, but I thought it was 146 coming up. That light was going to
Go
up
over.
a hill and go over
Right.
Sales Hill Road.
Right, but then presumably, right, you have to be able to go
Under
under
it?
also.
But
Because you have to go down a little.
I mean, not that it's a small hole, but it's good size. But in the terms of, it's just a big square that they've cut out.
It could be for utilities. Who knows?
Maybe it could be. You know, I'm not
That's a
part of this group.
Question for DOT.
Well, you
And,
know, the city of Woonsocket is very, very keen on working with utilities. When they think they're going, or when they start scheduling a date to resurface a road, they get a hold of the utilities and say, okay, we're resurfacing this road. You will do all anticipated work now before we resurface the road,
Yeah.
or you will pay for resurfacing the road again.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because we're not doing it again.
All right.
That's right.
We forgot to mention that this portion of the Coffee and program was sponsored by the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. And Dave,
so
it's time
nice
for
of you to
a
point that out.
a nice give them a nice good message here. Now that we're at the break time here on Coffee. and-
334-1000 is the telephone number to call, of course. And I'm just looking for, 43 minutes from now at 9 o'clock. And you can talk to anybody there, and they can all tell you about the assets of the chamber and how they can help you do business. I have in my email inbox, Joe, the Business Matters newsletter with the grand opening ribbon cutting in North Providence, celebrating the fastest labs in North Providence.
This side of the Pecos.
This is Fastest Labs.
Oh, that's the name of the company.
Yes, it is. Offers a complete range of drug, alcohol, and DNA testing services for individuals, employers, and organizations. The newest location is on Miserable Spring Avenue in North Providence.
I love that.
And they, yeah.
I love that road,
That-
though.
Yeah, that's
I might be the only one.
and as a courtesy, we acknowledge Mike Sheridan for that joke. On Wednesday, the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce was in Woonsocket at the brand new Woonsocket Education Center, the 2023 Northern Rhode Island Career Academy graduation ceremony. What do you know? Now, that's the one in the commercial building, if I recall, right, Melissa?
Yes, that's right.
They offer employment coaching, job search, resume writing, career planning services, basic needs supports. We're so proud of the cohort's hard work, dedication, and enthusiasm. They're all dressed up in blue, caps and gowns, holding their diplomas there. And, you know, that's above and beyond regular school, so they should be congratulated for that for sure. And they just launched a all-new resource to help Rhode Island small businesses find grant funding, tax credits, access to capital, and more. With hiring tax credits for the Rhode Island Department of Labor and Training, innovation vouchers, Rhode Island Commerce. Rhode Island Commerce also has tax increment financing, Rhode Island Governor Workforce Board for internship support, and all the rest of that stuff. It's all available to you. Call the Chamber at 334-1000 to find out how you can become a member. Because you can see from every time I keep mentioning these things to you on Friday mornings, the Chamber works very, very hard to be sure that you know what's going on in the business world in the government world that affects business and the rest of that sort of thing. And that things that are available to you, you get wind of, so you can help yourself and your business and your customers. Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, 334-1000.
Thanks, Dave. Comments and questions can be called into the Coffee and program, 766-1240.
Recent news stories indicate that today many adults are concerned about the appearance of their teeth at work, socially, and even psychologically. If this is a concern for you, Dr. Jeffrey Dodge can help. They have an on-site laboratory to fabricate full or partial dentures. They also repair dentures. Having an on-site laboratory means that each step of the process is monitored by the dentist and the patient to be sure that style, shade, and shape are right for you. For more information, visit Dr. Dodge's website at drjedodge.com or stop in the office at 1438 Park Avenue at Park Square, 762-3044, 762-3044. Dr. Dodge, your family dentist.
The Coffee and panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
ON Radio.
Okay, here we are, here on the Coffee and program. This is Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards, and Melissa Murray is here as well. And just to counter on what Dave said about the Mineral Spring Avenue, it's only that way because way back when someone decided this will be a good idea, and they put the high school, North Providence High, on Mineral Spring Avenue,
Yeah.
not knowing that the avenue was going to build up the way it built up. So that's what creates a lot of the traffic situations. And then
And two
because
car dealers and
they're gone.
they're
now.
gone now, but but they were there for the growth.
But since it's grown, well, now they have the North Providence Public Safety Complex is also on Mineral Spring Avenue in the courthouse.
It's also the entrance to a major hospital, isn't it? Fatima, I believe, is the Fatima unit is on the top of the hill over there.
Yep, you take a left off
Yeah,
Mineral
little
Spring
off
and
that,
go
yep.
But that's the
whatever
main
road
road
that
to get
is.
to,
Well,
the
it
road
is.
to get to
It's the
there.
only road to get there. So,
And lots and lots of strip malls.
oh yeah. It's but that's why the traffic is so much fun. on that road. Anyway, moving on to other things. I think this is
Because
amusing.
The government in North Providence also said, more traffic lights will solve everything.
One every 30 feet, almost.
So many lights.
And then they got a school on the road, right? And they
The high
drop-
school, yeah.
And they drop it down to 20 miles an hour with cameras.
Oh, are there cameras on
yes.
that road?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know there's cameras on the road now.
Oh, yeah. 20
Yep.
miles an hour with cameras. Smile pretty.
That's right.
All right. So in Massachusetts, lots of people like to vacation on Martha's Vineyard in
yeah.
Nantucket.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh,
they
this is
voted
great.
in the two big towns on Martha's Vineyard are Edgartown and Oaks Bluff. Those are the only two towns that allow the sale of liquor,
Right.
like liquor stores.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Now,
The others are just villages and they don't have liquor stores.
yes. So now they have voted, and they're going to get rid of the nip bottles from those stores. So if you're going to drink on
Be
Martha's
prohibited.
Vineyard, you're drinking the big bottles.
That's right.
So, but the law doesn't go into effect until May of 2024. So you got
Right.
all 2023
And
to
that
go
is
nuts.
right. That is to give the liquor stores
Right.
time to comply.
Why do you need a whole year? Over a year.
Because
How
they
about-
got stock, Joe.
I
They
got you.
pre-ordered
Okay,
stock.
And lobbyists.
you've got 3
Well,
months.
okay, but
And that
you've
too, right,
pre-ordered
but-
stock. So if you're going
Right.
to try not to harm them and generate lawsuits because you're trying to harm them, then you're going to say, okay, plenty of time to sell off what you got. Don't order anymore.
Well, why isn't 3 months good enough? And then whatever you got left, you got to give or sell back to the distributor.
Joe, that's just a judgment call. I can't
It's
tell
just
you why
one,
you're
I guess it
asking
would be
me
just
that. I don't know.
one summer, right?
But it's
Pretty
easy.
much.
Well, it's 12 months.
It
Well,
gives you. It
during
also
the
gives you
summer.
12 months to
during the
alert.
tourist season.
That's right. 12
right.
months to alert the tourists. You're not going to be able to buy them there, and don't bring them.
All right, instead of 3 months, okay, you
Yeah.
got till Labor Day or Columbus Day.
It was
All right.
probably a negotiation between the liquor store owners who, I don't want to conjecture how much of their sales are nips. I would probably say it's a pretty big chunk. So, you
And
know,
isn't that a wonderful thing?
But that's their source of revenue.
Well, I always thought, hold on now, I always thought the Little Nips promoted temperance. You're not taking big gulps of hard liquor.
But on the
There-
other,
There's a
don't
little
know.
tiny, it's like it's rashing it out. Do you want to serve beer in 16-ounce paper cups or in little Dixie cups that are 3 ounces over there if you're trying to promote temperance?
well, so I'm the kind of person who actually like uses a little measure when I make my drinks at home because I
Sure,
don't
what's
just
wrong with
like
that?
pour. Right. And also it tastes better if you have the right ratio.
Yeah.
But that's the chemist in me.
Nothing wrong with
But the thing about the Nips is it's an island. They're going to end up all over the beach. And now I'm sure that was the reason why they want to get rid of them. I'm sure that it was probably
It's a litter thing.
thing.
Yeah, they're not
right?
trying to promote temperance, Dave.
But
Well, they
right,
should
right,
be.
right.
But they're not.
Everyone should try to promote
That's how
temperance.
puritanical of
No,
you.
it's
No.
no. I like
I'm not
that.
puritanical would say abstinence. I say you want to have a drink, go have a drink, but drink in moderation. And small servings would promote moderation in my logical mind better than a fifth bottle.
We would have to ask the liquor
guess you
stores
just-
around here.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
people come in to buy the Nips, are they coming in? Are they buying one, or are they saying, "Give me 12"?
I've seen
Well,
both.
Yeah.
But people
well,
buy
I've seen
one
both.
and buy a lot.
Yeah, and it always perplexes me
point
when
there.
they say because sometimes they come in like a little when they get shipped to the store, they come in like a little 12 pack or something like that. So some people are like, oh, I want the pack.
Wouldn't that cost more money if you
It-
buy 12 of the Nips?
does.
as opposed
Yeah,
to the
of
bigger
course
bottle?
it costs more money.
It does.
But it's easier to dispose of the evidence.
Yes, it is.
Well, that's true,
But they don't dispose of the evidence responsibly.
and that is the big problem, right? But I mean, I'm
Well,
sure
yeah.
that when they held these hearings, the liquor stores were at the table and said, "Okay,
you're gonna kill
if you're
ourselves."
absolutely going to do this, and we know you're going to do it, we beg you to just give us another year so we can empty out our stock and
Okay, well,
and
that
get
makes
that
sense.
sales."
We're too close to the beginning of the summer season.
Yeah, you can't
And
shut it. Right,
If we
right,
shut it
right.
off now, you're gonna kill ourselves.
It was probably just compromise.
Mm-hmm.
They want to do it, but they said, "Okay, we're gonna do it, but we'll do it in a year," which doesn't make sense to the common person. But I've been in these kinds of like negotiations, so
Okay.
it's just like, all right, give us.
Yeah, they don't have to make sense.
I mean, when both sides walk away, kind of happy, but not completely happy, then you
Mm-hmm.
know you probably reached a good compromise.
Steve Martin had a joke in his stand-up comedy years and years and years ago. That it can still kind of make sense when you talk about negotiations, and you hear about these people that take hostages at the bank, and they say, "Well, what do you want in order to release the hostages?" "Well, I want $100,000 in cash. I want a getaway car, and I want the letter M stricken from the English language." You always have to put in something stupid, so when you get caught, you can plead insanity. I said, "Oh, that's pretty smart."
Sometimes negotiations are insane, even the political ones, right?
There you go. All right, this didn't happen around here, Melissa. This happened out in Nevada, and another teacher's in trouble. Things you can't do, all right, in the classroom. The Clark County, Nevada School District, Dave tells me that's where Vegas is, by the way, in case you need a little visual, has fired a substitute teacher accused of writing a racial slur on the classroom whiteboard. There's no more chalkboards. They write it on the whiteboard now.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, the district said the teacher wrote the N-word on a whiteboard at Silvestri Junior High School earlier this week. And so what do the kids do when the
They
word goes up?
they took their phones out and took a picture.
That's exactly right. A photo started circulating on social media. Shows someone speaking to the students in a classroom, and the word is in the background right there on the board.
What was the context?
It doesn't say. I wish it did tell me.
Was it like
Um,
a
Dave thought it might have been something along the lines of, there are words in the English language that certain groups can say and other groups can't say. Here's one of them.
well, I was thinking that maybe
I don't know.
it was a book that hasn't yet been banned that had the word in it, and there was maybe
Oh,
a
like-
discussion.
Like Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't say what time.
Right. So we don't know the context. We just have
No.
a picture.
And so that's right. And the Clark County School District, they're crediting the kids for telling the administrators about what happened.
Right.
Sounds a lot like
It could have been
1984 to me.
yeah, it could have been a productive conversation. It could have been
Or maybe it wasn't.
or maybe it wasn't. Right. Maybe it was who knows.
Yeah, because we weren't there, and we only have 5 sentences of what happened there. So, so that's what happened, and every school district's looking for
Picture tells
substitutes.
1,000 different versions of the story.
Yep, and if it's just a photo, well, there is no context really. If it's just a photo,
That's a
and
bad.
you know what
Yeah.
what class that in, who the teacher is. Here's the word. Is that you, sir? It is a guy. Actually, it doesn't say.
Yeah, we don't know.
No, I thought I gave his name. No, it doesn't say. Okay, sir or madam, is that in your classroom? Yes, it is.
Did you write it,
Did you write it? Thank you very much.
or did a kid write it?
No,
You
they
didn't?
said the teacher's accused of writing it.
Okay.
So not the students. I think if the teacher wrote it, they probably would have erased it. So did you do it? Yep. Okay. Thank you very much. Here's your $50 for today. Goodbye.
Yep.
We're all done. This happened in my kind of a reverse thing with one of my daughter's classes a few years ago, and she would have been probably maybe a freshman in high school, or possibly 8th grade in junior high. But someone wrote on the board before the teacher got into the class, just wrote Bill Cosby, and this is when he was going through all his shenanigans,
boy.
and the teacher came in and saw it, and freaked out, and just said, it's first of all, it's not funny, and this makes me very uncomfortable. I said, well, what did she do? Well, she did ask who wrote it, and when no one admitted to it, when she said, because you can tell the teacher's mad.
Yep.
I go, did she erase it? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
There we go. Problem solved. All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee and program, and it is time for the weather forecast, which is being brought to you by Compassion International.
For an Allstate agent, providing protection options that fit your life is something they take, well, personally. Allstate agents are committed to learning about your needs and helping customize protection to meet them. From bundling your home and auto insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverage, your Allstate agent can help build an insurance proposal that fits your life. And just as important as learning what you need is learning what you don't. Because helping you get coverage you want with savings you deserve is what Allstate is all about. It's time to get coverage that's catered to you. Are you in good hands? Call Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. One telephone number, 765-5000. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois. The National Weather Service has issued a special weather statement and hazardous weather outlook for outdoor fire danger, as it has been for the last several days. They've also issued an air quality alert during the daylight hours today because of increased levels of ozone owing to the higher temperatures. Sunny skies today with a high of 84. Calm wind. Tonight, partly cloudy, overnight low of 49. Saturday's weather, mostly cloudy skies with a high of 66. Saturday night, 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Sunday, mostly cloudy skies, 59, 40% chance of a shower. Monday, mostly cloudy skies, 64, 60% chance of a shower. Tuesday, partly sunny and 61. Wednesday, mostly sunny and 60. And next Thursday, sunny skies and 67.
Currently, outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with sunny skies, we have 72 degrees. Families in poverty are facing a global food crisis. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group, 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Our telephone number is 765-8880. In business, you don't last long if you don't know what you're doing. And if that's the case, I must know a thing or two. I've been in the investing business since 1987, helping people just like you with their investments. At the Carew Investment Group, we employ a conservative approach to client portfolios by using only the best quality companies available, many of which pay a quarterly dividend. We look for opportunities that we expect will go up in value, not every day, but over time. We take our responsibility seriously and always place our client needs first in any investment decision. If you want to know more or would like a free portfolio review of your current holdings, call Ed at 765-8880. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA, NSIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Lou Mandeville here to tell you the only place to get your local high school and college scores, as well as the Pats, Bruins, Celtics, and Sox is on my morning sports reports. And they are right here on ON 1240, Monday through Friday on the Morning Fun Show.
This portion of the Coffee AM program is sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
Since its founding in 1996, the Valley Breeze has been the trusted source for local news in the Blackstone Valley. Our readers and advertisers understand that shining a light on all aspects of our communities and doing it with some of the best local journalism anywhere makes these cities and towns better places to live in. We believe that truth has value and should triumph over rumors and misinformation. See valleybreeze.com or any of our 5 editions for more on how you can be part of this local news success story.
All right, it's Coffee and here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callan here. Melissa Murray's here. Dave Richards is roaming around somewhere. And we're also being joined by Rich Elaine from Post 85 here in the city of Woonsocket. And Rich sent me a nice email. And the first thing I want to ask about is the car that you got from Imperial Cars to drive vets to doctor's appointments made its inaugural run.
Yes, we did.
How cool is that?
Yeah,
People called up and said, I want to take advantage of this, and they are.
That's
well,
great.
Well, you know what was funny too? I was in Florida last week, and I'm sitting down, kicking back, and my phone rings about 7:30 in the morning. It was one of the people at the post that said, "We just got a call, and they want to ride tomorrow morning."
And we don't know what to do.
I said, "Of course, I'm the duty officer this month for the
You did tell
car.
us
So
that,
here I am
yep.
down in Florida. I'm going, this is less than 24 hours. Now I got to hook up. But luckily I had my book with me to do everything. So I ended up calling the driver, and they said, oh, yeah, no problem. We'll do that. So it was very successful. We picked the vet up that morning, dropped him off down at the VA. And
From Woonsocket?
From Woonsocket.
Drive to Providence?
Drive down to Providence.
Okay.
And his appointment was up until 2:30 that afternoon. He had various appointments. So the driver, and they looked at the driver and our volunteer driver and said, we'll take the bus home, no problem. No, we'll come pick you. No, I want to take the bus. I'm fine, thank you very much. But that's what we are. We're a courtesy vehicle. We're not in charge of that veteran. If that veteran wants me to drop him off 2 blocks away from the VA, I'll drop him off there. We're just trying to provide a service, and we're not going to dictate to that person how they have to travel or anything. So,
Great.
But yeah, it went well. We're very happy, and we let them at Imperial Chevrolet. We let them know the other day when I was down there with the vehicle that we did our first run, and they were real happy, and had a very good press release out of the Milford Free Press the other day with some pictures and a great interview, and yeah, everything's great.
I'm glad it worked out well in the inaugural run.
Yes,
That's
yes.
So tell us about Purple Up.
Oh, Purple Up. My God, I can't believe, first of all, I'm kind of frustrated with myself because I got to miss a lot of the rest of the Purple Up stuff this month because I'm going to be out of state, which is absolutely horrible. But they have been, Nikki Lafort, the auxiliary president, and her crew, they have been just kicking it since the beginning of the month. Unbelievable. On April 1st, which I was able to attend, we were down at they had their kickoff ham dinner. That went really, really well. We had a good turnout there. Had some raffle items and stuff. And then on April 12th, just a couple of days ago, they had the cellos thing, where cellos down here in Woonsocket gave 20% of the meal taken. They gave it back for Purple Up. And I'll tell you one thing, and I'm going to mention a little later when I'm going through this, that autographed and with the Bruins, doing what they're doing, I ended up, I was able to obtain a Boston Bruins jersey with the Spoke B signed by this year's team.
Nice.
Yeah. And It's got a certificate of authenticity. I didn't take out my black magic mark and scribble all over it to make it look like signatures.
Close enough.
But no, yeah, close enough. No, but it's got a certificate of authenticity, and they brought that down to Cello's the other night. And from what Nikki told me, because I was on a plane heading back from Florida, but from Nikki told me the people at Cello's looked like we're going
crazy,
nuts. Yeah, they were buying tickets all over the place for it. So, for that jersey, just let everybody know, if you want a chance at that jersey, tickets are available down at Post 85. Every dime we make, we didn't have to pay for that jersey. I was able to obtain it from the Bruins organization. Every dime we make off of that jersey in the raffle, that money is going to stay with military children, active duty military children in the state of Rhode Island to help fund some of their projects that they want to do during the summer with the kids. So it's all the money we make for Purple Up is going through a great, great cause. April 15th, this Saturday, tomorrow night, is a comedy night over at the Post. Dave is the headliner.
All I got to do is walk out and smile, and hey,
you
look
go.
at that funny
Wave.
face up there.
Dave, we got a celebrity here, Dave Richards. But the tickets are $20 per ticket, and that includes show and a dinner. And the dinner is American chop suey or chicken broccoli Alfredo. And like I said, dinner at 6, show at 7, $20 a ticket. There are still tickets available for the comedy night. So if you're interested in that, come on down and have a good night of entertainment and some good food. And we'll also got a couple of other raffle items that we're going to have going down there for the Purple Up people.
What'll it cost for the tickets there?
Pardon?
What'll it cost for the tickets?
$20. $20.
I'm worth more than that. You know that.
Oh, yeah. Well, we didn't tell you, Dave. Your take tomorrow on that show is going to be donated
American
to Purple
chop
Up.
suey,
No, it's
yeah.
going to be donated to Purple Up.
It's zero.
Forget that.
A half a cup of American chop suey.
Yeah, there you go. But we'll definitely, and that Bruins jersey will be hanging there tomorrow night
Oh,
too.
boy.
So come on. And like I said, if you just want to come down and see that jersey and say, man, I want to get some tickets for that, just drop by the Post. We got it hanging right in the bar area. You can take a good look at it. And like I said, the certificate of authenticity is part of the raffle for that. On April 23rd, Foolproof Brewery down in Pawtucket. That's a Sunday from 12 to 6. Foolproof is graciously giving us some space down there for Purple Up. And that is the date we're actually going to draw the Bruins jersey down there. So, and we'll have other raffle items down there at Foolproof. I really want to thank them down in Pawtucket for giving us that space for the auxiliary to do their thing. And like I just said, we're going to do the jersey that day. So the idea behind bringing the jersey and doing it that day is that, if you got a few beers in you, people tend to buy more tickets. So
That's true.
might be a good idea to bring
Long
the
as it's
jersey
before
along.
the 8th inning, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
And then, of course, on April 29th, which is always a huge event, we have our closeout dinner for Purple Up down at American Legion Post 85 on River Street. It's a spaghetti supper, and that's $10 per ticket. We have entertainment for that, and then we bring out, we've had so many donations from some of the vendors around here in Woonsocket. I mean, anything from jewelry to liquor baskets to whatever you want to look at. And like I said, every dime we make on these things goes to the military children in the state of Rhode Island for Purple Up. So,
See,
and then of course the senator here.
So you've got a silent auction there, or is it penny social?
It's like tickets.
Yeah,
You buy
okay.
the tickets and you put them.
Same
you
as
can
last
put it-
year when Denise
Yep.
and I were there enjoying the spaghetti dinner last year.
Yeah, you put them in the individual cups
That's
or whatever
right,
item
that's
you
right.
want, and
She always picks stuff I don't want to win.
really. Well, come on down, buy some Bruin, tickets to the Bruins
There you
jersey.
go.
And,
Hey, that's an idea for
if the Bruins win, you can throw it on eBay and make yourself a.
I suppose so. What were you saying about Melissa?
Melissa set us up down at the State House this Thursday of next week.
Got a jersey from the president of the Senate, do you?
No, well, I don't know.
Not
Autographed?
quite, not
But they are
quite.
going, Melissa, and thank you. We're going to bring some Purple Up people down there. We're all going to be dressed in purple, and they're going to do a proclamation on the State House.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
that's
We're doing a resolution. Just acknowledging and honoring Purple Up, and I'm gonna ask all my colleagues to wear purple that day in the Senate, just to like spread some awareness and introduce all the folks from the Post and the Auxiliary and whoever wants to come from your organization, and just let everybody know all the good stuff that you've been doing, and hopefully spread awareness so that across the state we can get some more traction on this, because I know that you're not the only ones that do this. This is a national effort.
Yeah, right.
But I think a lot of people don't know about it, and I think it warrants some recognition. So we're happy
Melissa,
you're there.
are you sure you have enough purple? Do you have to go out and get something?
I'm not.
Melissa's going to wear
I'm
a whole
struggling
Prince
because
outfit. Purple Rain, the
no,
whole bit.
I do have purple shoes on also to match my Prince shirt
Oh,
today.
all right, great.
But I'm not going to wear the Prince shirt on the floor probably.
No.
Yeah, probably not. You
Um,
don't want people taking pictures on Capitol TV of that.
But I do have purple stuff, but I don't like anything that I have that's purple. So no, I'll probably try to
Yeah, I
look
gotta
for
get something.
something.
Oh, I was just kidding.
No, I know. I'm having a clothing crisis at the moment.
Oh,
so.
no, I hate that. All right, we're going to take a break here of the Coffee and program. Dave has brought in the 2 copies of the Valley Breeze newspapers. So what do you got there, Dave?
Lots of interesting stories on the. You're going to have to change that camera, aren't you? Lots of interesting
let's
stories.
Let's look at the little things go back and forth.
Lots of interesting things here on our Valley Breeze newspapers this time around, Joe.
I can't.
The
I
Cumberland
don't like
Link.
the story.
What's that?
It's
This
the one right in
story
the
is
middle.
just.
It's tearing her heart out,
It
folks.
is.
It's tearing her heart out. In Cumberland Lincoln edition, right on the front page, young dog's death, more evidence of the importance of leash laws. Leash laws, I understand. Well, I don't know. I have very, very conflicted feelings in my heart about leash laws. I couldn't do that to an animal, so I chose not to have a pet because I'm very much against leash laws, but I'm very much understanding that they are necessary. And here is a great example of why they are necessary. A 9-month-old puppy, Olive, ran away, because it's a very small dog, slipped out of the harness while being tended by their owner, and was spooked by a dog that was unattended and didn't have a leash on, and became aggressive. Later on, they found little Olive she died. Let's not get into all the gory details, but you get the idea. And so leash laws are important for all dogs, and they're saying that the leash laws are being scoffed at in Lincoln. I get it. I raised a family in Burrillville, and if you want to talk about people in Burrillville really getting excited about new laws and stuff like that, it doesn't happen. So what are you going to do? Now we have a young man, Cumberland resident by the name of Jose Rodriguez, who says he's all about doing what you love and being of service to other people. He scores with an inclusive apparel line honored by the Boston Celtics basketball club in the playoffs, by the way, as a hero among us. And we have Martinez is writing that. Is that Luz Jennifer? Yeah, Luz Jennifer Martinez has the story on that. Luz Jennifer is the deputy editor at the Valley Breeze. And of course, keeping up the good work, there's a story in here about Cumberland Mayor Jeff Mutter, who has instituted a bonus program meant to keep Cumberland's top employees working for Cumberland, up to 50% of their salary. Let's talk about something else here in the North Smithfield, Blackstone, and Woonsocket edition. Woonsocket, right? This is really nice. Of course, the Ukrainian church is being shown here with a nice color picture over there. Of course, the blessing of the baskets last Saturday and things like that. All has to do with Easter. Special deliveries. 2 local firefighters in North Smithfield have delivered babies.
Wow.
As part of their work. We hear about it. We've seen it on TV. It's really happening out there. Once was on the March the 23rd. Anna Beth Gerard and her husband Adam were on their way to the hospital, and unfortunately they didn't make it, but the EMTs were there to take care of it. And there's another heartwarming story over here from Mariah Mischel, is the person in question here, and she stopped a chicken from crossing the road. It's a clever headline, but it really is. I mean, a chicken has no chance crossing Cass Avenue in Woonsocket. And Mariah Marshall played the Good Samaritan in that role over there. And there's even a color picture of her with the chicken in question in her arms. There you go. All right, well, that's the news portion. Let me tell you something else. In your Valley Breeze this week, you'll find the Winter 2023 Valley Breeze and Observer All Scholastic Sports Awards for basketball, competitive cheerleading. That's right, that's a sport too, friends. Indoor track and field, hockey, and swimming and wrestling. Read all about it in the Valley Breeze. And there's one other thing that I want to make sure that we get across to you here. Let me just open up a little bit further inside of our Valley Breeze North Smithfield, Woonsocket, and Blackstone edition. It's just a couple of pages in. Find it real quick, Dave, and there it is, not there. So, okay, I'm going to have to speed this up over here. But I want to there it is. Look at this. Look at this. This is the nicest newspaper ad I've seen in a long, long time. From ON Radio, the second annual Senior Resource Fair. That ad, 100% produced in-house by our very talented social media and artistic expert, Melissa Murray.
Yay.
Thank you, Melissa. And they printed it just exactly
Verbatim.
the way that you produced it in
Yes.
the first place.
No edits necessary.
No edits necessary. And you're at 24 hours and 10 minutes before the Senior Resource Fair starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow at the Elks. And the Valley Breeze, look at that. Gorgeous. I mean, it takes 2/3 of the page. What a wonderful, wonderful ad. And so I advertise in the Valley Breeze, and I hope that you will too.
Thanks, Dave, and more of the Coffee and program coming your way. Please stay tuned.
Enjoy the great variety of entrees at George's Restaurant on Harris Avenue in Woonsocket, like the steak and broccoli wrap
it's
or
7th
sub,
or 8th
steak
page.
teriyaki wrap or sub, the
go
Don
these go.
Corleone steak with bacon, tomatoes, garlic, and mozzarella, or sample the grilled chicken club. For breakfast, George's features dozens of omelets like the Greek, Mexican, or veggie omelet, plus the new espresso mocha pancake. George's, 793 Harris Avenue, Woonsocket. For takeouts, call 769-1030. Also serving the cheesecake brownie sundae.
Woonsocket Door Sales, a fourth-generation family business, has served southern New England since 1935. They can handle all types of projects from the simpler residential installations to more complex commercial projects, always concerned with infrastructure and framework for the perfect fit. They even install doors for fire stations and medical facilities. Installation and repair. Woonsocket Door Sales, 767-3448. They'll remove and dispose the old doors. Woonsocket Door Sales, 767-3448.
It's time for the annual Breakfast with the Saints at the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center. Enjoy a breakfast buffet under the center's magnificently frescoed ceiling. The breakfast will be held on Sunday, April 30th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tickets are $20 in advance or $25 at the door. Tickets are available at Belo's Flowers, Creative Impressions, The Honey Shop, Timeless Antiques, Vos True Value Hardware, or visit the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center website.
Thanks, Dominic. And it's time for more Coffee In here on ON Radio. Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards, Melissa Murray, and Rich Lane from Post 85. Rich, anything else you want to pass along that's going on at the Post?
Yeah, just a couple of little things. I had said a couple of weeks ago that we were looking to start up a Post color guard down at the American Legion Post, and I was given permission at the last meeting to have a pretty good expenditure for that. So we just got done ordering up the jerseys and the shirts and all the fancy stuff and the new flags and the harnesses for the flags. So hopefully within the next month and a half, I'll be able to come in here and announce that we finally have a color guard, a military color guard here in the city of Woonsocket.
Very nice.
So I can't wait to see that happening. And also, about a week and a half ago, I was able to attend down in Cranston, Rhode Island, the April Showers event for the American Legion down there, and that is an event that all the American Legion posts in the state get together at, and that's to help support Boys and Girls State, which I think Melissa knows a little bit about, where we bring like kids that are juniors and seniors in high school in from the American Legion. They get a chance to present bills before the floor and things like that. So it's a great thing, for the younger kids to do. And I actually took the Post vehicle. I know it's supposed to be for
the
VA medical appointments, okay, but I actually took the Post vehicle down that day to Cranston to brag and to I actually got a picture with the national commander of the American Legion with the vehicle. So
Oh,
it's gonna,
nice.
that was very special to do. And one other thing, real quick, on Sunday, mark your calendars. Sunday, May the 7th, starting at 10 a.m. We're gonna have a yard sale at the pavilion down at Post 85. As far as people being able to bring things to the yard sale, we're going to leave that exclusively for members of Post 85 and members of the Friends of Fairmount. So I would highly suggest, if you'd like to bring things to be able to take part in that yard sale, and it's going to be free of charge for our members, come on down and join. And then you'll be able to bring your stuff to the yard sale. But the yard sale itself for purchasing stuff is open to anybody.
Okay.
So, just be aware of that. Like I said, Sunday, May 7th, in the yard sale of Post 85.
Very good, Rich. And so we want to get Rich's reaction. And remember, Rich, it's a family radio station.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
no.
Here comes debate. I can see it coming.
Any thoughts on this kid that was arrested in Dighton, Jack Teixeira, on the federal charges of leaking classified documents?
Yeah, what a dope. That's
I like
pretty
it.
much,
All right, that's about it.
pretty much, but you know something, it kind of makes you scratch your head as to, I mean, when I was in the Marine Corps active duty, I had TS, SBI background clearances. I was able to look at classified information stuff, and I remember the restrictions and how tight,
Stringent they were?
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, unbelievable. You know, if I did what this kid was
Accused of doing.
back in the mid '70s, I'd still be doing time in Leavenworth.
Yeah.
You know, I just can't believe how lax, the people, the people above him are in looking out for this stuff. I mean, it's incredible. Well, first of all, shame on him for not having as much loyalty and duty to his country.
Yeah.
Which I will say this: if he does end up doing time, and if they do release him, I would invite the authorities to release him down at American Legion Post 85. We'll be happy to welcome him into the fold.
Oh, no.
All right. Before we wrap up the show today, on a completely different note, over to Melissa. She wanted a few minutes to talk about the Arts in the Valley.
Alley.
Arts in the Alley. Sorry.
Arts in the Valley,
Right,
right,
Joe,
no.
come on.
There's an extra word, the extra
Right.
letter there.
So,
At Lops.
Arts in the Alley it's not really an alley. It's just a
No,
little.
it isn't. It's a driveway, but
Right. But it
it's a
sounded.
full driveway.
It
You can
sounded
drive
good.
a car down there and still
Yeah,
have
yeah.
things off to the side.
Right. So, in collaboration with DWC, which is the Downtown Woonsocket Collaborative, and Lops Brewing, we are bringing back Arts in the Alley. Very exciting this year. So, our first event is next Saturday, the 22nd. It's from 1 to 5 p.m. And I'm hoping for great weather. It's an outdoor event, but you can come. There'll be live music, acoustics, music on the back patio. There's a little back patio if you haven't been there. There will be arts
nice.
and artisan vendors and a food truck. Taco truck. Everyone loves tacos, right? So you can. What?
Especially on Tuesdays, right, Joe?
Oh, yeah.
Joe. I won't tell anybody you hate tacos.
Oh, thank you.
So you come to Lops, enjoy a craft beer, shop local with some really great local artists and artisans, and we're going to have an interactive kind of art project that everyone, the whole community, can partake in, and live music, and it's just going to be a really nice time, a nice way to kick off spring. But we have a lot going on. I'm really excited about the vendors that we have. We have a fiber arts vendor, we have jewelers, we have some fiber
Opens up
arts,
your brain to
right? Illustrators, just all kinds of really cool handmade stuff that you can shop. And Mother's Day is coming up, so think about that.
All right. One more question for Melissa, because you spent so much time living down in Georgia.
Yes.
We get the notice today. Did this go out every single year that the Georgia wildlife officials have to warn people in Georgia to be on the lookout for drunk birds?
No.
No? Wow. Yeah, the Department of Natural Resources.
I have
They're
Say
looking for
never-
attention, Joe.
Some birds will eat fruit that has begun to ferment at this time of year. And so it's affecting the birds' coordination.
And raccoons
and
and
the
deer.
It'll lead the
Sure.
birds to fly into windows.
possums, whatever, right? Junk wildlife. No, I
Eating
lived there for.
fermenting grapes on the side of the road.
But she lived there for so
Happens to
long.
I lived there
animals.
for 10 years and I have never heard
Never
this
heard them
before.
to
Just
warn
feeling
the
a
folks.
little lonely over in that office. And I thought,
All right.
oh, what could we do? Well, we could put out a press release for what? Oh, drunk birds.
Drunk birds. There we
Everybody
go.
knows about drunk birds. Well, I don't know.
Did you know about drunk birds down there, Melissa?
I didn't.
Oh, see, not
didn't.
everybody knows, Dave.
Birds these
Right.
days.
I know, crazy. Where'd their parents go wrong, you know? All right, we've come to the end of the program. We thank you very much for listening in. As always, Rich Elaine, thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Veterans, you need a ride to a VA medical appointment, 401-766-7585. Just talk to the person down there. They'll get in touch with me, and I'll get in touch with you.
Rich will fly back from Florida and take you.
There you go.
Melissa Murray, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. Happy weekend, everyone.
All right, Dave Richards, thanks for popping in as well.
You betcha. And we'll see you in 24 hours and 1.5 minutes.
At the Senior Resource Fair.
Right.
Elks Hall, 380 Social Street in Woonsocket.
And don't forget
Saturday
that
morning at
Gary
9.
and the crew is going to be here right here on the radio at 9:30.
Coming up at 9:30. Have a great weekend.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.